We have got an awesome houseplant project for you today. We are going to be training a pothos to grow up rather than the traditional kind of grow down and vine out. So it's going to be really, really simple and something that's really easy to do and just a unique way to have your pothos so that you can have it on the ground rather than up high.
AI might
this plant behind me, we planted in this method about a year ago. And as you can see, it has absolutely exploded. It's a golden pothos. It's humongous. And it's completely filled in these 8-foot bamboo poles, and it looks just stunning, kind of sitting on the ground of the shop here and then kind of vining up. So today we're going to show you exactly how we did it, but first we're going to show you where these pothos have been growing that we desperately need to get a handle on, which is what motivated us to get this project done today. Oh, here comes Matt.
Showing you just behind the camera, trying to make sure everything was tight. Good to see everyone out there. Happy Thursday.
Awesome. All right, let's do it. So the pothos, do you want to talk about this aquaponics system that the pothos have been in?
So let's switch cameras so that way we can get in this. We're going to switch over to our robot camera. And do you see us over here, bud?
Oh, let's see what follows us.
Thinking about it. All right, stay with me. I'm going to...
Let's see what follows me.
Yeah, it likes you better than me. That's cool. I don't blame it. It's smart. So we've been growing this for a long time. And this has been, this bar right here, so long story. This pump right over in this corner, I don't know if you guys can see this in here, it pumps water up into the insides of this tube and then it flows backwards through here and drains out. It's such a simple system. It's been running for 2 years without issue, and these pothos have absolutely got monstrous in here. It was unbelievable untangling them yesterday, and I took a bunch out a few weeks ago because it was even thicker. It was really covered. So these are great because the idea was to use for propagation for about a year. They got bigger than we ever needed, and now it's time to switch them over.
Yeah, I mean, these started as a cutting a year ago. Look at the thickness of these vines. And so yesterday, in preparation for this project, Matt and I were like, oh, we'll pull a few out of the system, and it was like insane. We needed a ladder, we had to untangle everything. And then the outcome was we were able to separate out a few vines from kind of the mass that had been growing. So you can see this is the root system that had been dangling down into the aquaponics system. And
we lost a lot of roots, unfortunately, in the process, but it's okay.
And then as you can see, it produced this absolutely enormous vine. So the other thing that's cool about this project is pothos sometimes will lose their leaves, and you'll have, especially if you have your pothos kind of running along like a, a bookshelf or the top of your kitchen, you'll kind of have these holes where it's just kind of this not as beautiful vine. By having them grow up, and we'll show you, we're gonna kind of wrap them around themselves, you kind of get this very, very lush look, even if there's some spaces in your vine. So it's a way to get them onto the floor, have them as a very large, beautiful floor plant or on a desk, but also a way to kind of make them look even bushier and fuller. So that's something else I like about it. Should I bring this over to the table, Matt? We'll get potting.
Let's do it.
All right. So this golden pothos vine, as you can see, it's one long vine. We're gonna put in this 5-gallon bucket. And I think it's worth it to just quickly say what kind of soil we're using. Do you wanna talk about it?
I love this soil, and we've been formulating this. It's funny, we've done a lot of different types of soils. This one I'm stoked about. You made this, so you speak.
Oh, yeah, but you were the brain, you helped me.
All I said was add another brick of cocoa.
Yeah, so we did 2 compressed bricks.
Should I go grab one?
Oh, if you want to. Yeah, there's one, they're below the orchid bark in the back. They're in where the inventory for the entire shop is, because they're, we sell everything here, which is great. But they are compressed bricks of cocoa coir. So when you add water, they expand, and we always add fish tank water, which give us free nutrients into the mix, because cocoa on its own is an inert media. It doesn't have any food. What's cool about these bricks is it's not the fine cocoa coir that you might be used to, the really kind of shredded, thin media. It's chunky. It's got literally huge chunks of coconut still in it. You can kind of see if I break it. So it actually helps to add with porosity and drainage within the soil. Oh yeah, that's what it looks like.
Trying to get a shot of this.
You can kind of see it's a lot chunkier than normal cocoa core that you might see. It's called cocoa chips is the one I'm like talking about it.
Chunks in there, right? Oop.
And those chunks, you know, for the most part kind of hold up after you wet it, which is good. It makes the medium a little bit more chunkier. So we did 4 cubic feet of cocoa chips, which was 2 of those blocks. And then we did one bag or 2 cubic feet of a high quality organic potting soil. And the reason for that is that'll then provide some food. It actually also has a little bit of perlite in it. So now we've got this awesome mix that's got good drainage, but great at absorbing water when it is wet, and also has some really high quality organic food ingredients like kelp meal and worm castings all mixed in.
And that soil was a very, very thick, heavy soil, not a ton of perlite, tons of peat and also compost. So I was really worried about it being too heavy.
Yes.
If it had been a lighter, better draining soil, let's say more perlite, more cocoa, more pumice in it already, I might have only used one of these bricks of cocoa.
Right, that's a really good point. That's why we doubled up on the cocos, because it, you know, you don't want that peat to compact.
But honestly, I think Pothos would do phenomenally well in just straight cocoa.
They do great, as long as you're adding food, and in which case we feed all of our plants here at the shop with freshwater fish tank water, so they get fed every time they get watered. Yep. Do you want me to hold the camera, the gimbal, and you pot?
I can do that. Why don't I? I'll switch to the iPhone with the gimbal.
Okay, great.
Happy to.
So one thing I love about pothos, as well as many other plants, they're a plant that has the ability to produce roots from any of their nodes, which makes it great in the sense that you can bury some of the stem and get additional roots. Whereas other plants, if you bury any parts of the stem, they'll just rot and die. But I love pothos because they don't just produce roots from the end, they produce roots. A node is anywhere you kind of see where these connections are, and you can see there's a root already starting there. But as you can see on this plant, this was kind of the piece that was in the aquaponics system, and it produced roots from, looks like 3 of the nodes. So I'm gonna make sure all of these are buried, and then we'll kind of get going. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna lay this guy in the middle, just right on top of my medium, which is already moist because I used the fish tank water to expand those cocoa chips. And so I'm just gonna kind of lay it like that. The roots will work themselves down in. I don't have to worry about like digging a hole or anything. And then I'm gonna cover it with just some additional medium. And if anything, I can just get more of the stem covered because it'll produce roots from all those nodes that I'm covering up, which we love. So the most important thing when repotting is just make sure you take as much of the existing roots with you, and then you keep the existing, as much of the, or all of the existing roots covered in new soil so that nobody dries out. All right, step 2, super simple. You can set up whatever design you want. The pothos around me, we did 3 poles in this one and in this one. Oh, the actual one has 4. I'm gonna do 4 in this pot because it's a square and it just feels like that'll look the best. So you pop them in, and then you get anything you want to bring the top together. I'm gonna use this soft grip wire tie. It's a wire that's covered kind of in this soft coating so that it doesn't cut into plants. I'm obviously putting it on bamboo, but stake, so I don't really care if it cuts in, but it'll work just fine on that too. So I'll take a nice piece, cut that off, and then this is so simple. You just bundle these guys together. And actually, if you've got kind of this like spiky top, this is gonna come in handy when I set my pothos. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna hopefully get this going in one direction. Gosh, this thing is huge. I can't believe this. Okay, so here we go. I'm just gonna vine it around. Don't worry too much about the way the leaves are facing. They'll kind of sort themselves out once it gets settled and kind of gets over the transplant shock. So once I get up to the, oh Matt, do you mind making it so it's a little bit higher so they can see the top?
Sure.
I'm just gonna clip this into this kind of fork here. Okay, yeah. So you can see there is this opening up here. I'm just gonna put the vine up into that hole, and now I've got it stabilized going up. And now I'm gonna go back down. This is gonna be absolutely stunning. This vine is gorgeous. Now, Matt and I mentioned that yesterday we kind of untangled this vine from the rest of the vines and pulled it out, pulled the roots out of the kind of propagation hole that we had put them in. So you can see the leaves are a little bit wilty. She's already, even though the roots were in water all night, she's already going through a little bit of like, what is going on? I'm gonna start transplant shock now. And that's all right. This is a very healthy vine. She should be fine. She'll probably lose a couple leaves. She'll look angry for a little bit, but she should settle in just fine. She's got plenty of roots to go out into this beautiful soil mixture, and she'll pop back up. And we'll just let her be upset for a little bit, and that's okay. All right, oh my gosh, look at how beautiful this is looking. And then what's cool about this is as she puts out more vines, you know, you just keep wrapping them up and down. And this is gonna literally become like this absolutely gorgeous, you know, plant that we have, you know, tucked in the corner in a doorway. That is just not how you typically see these pothos. And she's just gonna fill in and fill in and just be more and more gorgeous. And obviously this is a golden pothos, but you can do this with any type of pothos, I imagine. These vining plants are so cool. Nice. And actually, like this, the open vine spaces look really like, I don't know, I think they look super artistic. Whereas, like I said, when you have them like in a straight line, the open vine spaces look like a little bit sad. When they're like this, they look...
You fixed mine, didn't you?
I did.
Okay, did you tell people about...
No, I didn't.
Can I tell people?
Yes.
All right, let me switch. And even I was the first one to do one of these. Let me take this camera.
You did the inspirational piece.
Yeah. Let's see.
That looks amazing. Oh my gosh. All right, I think we finished.
All right, cool. I'm gonna switch to FX area. I'm gonna show people. So I made this other one over here, this big guy. And I will say, so the way I did it was, I didn't wind up over the top. I just kind of did around in a loop, and I did another one yesterday like this, which Mandy fortunately fixed, although I kind of wish we could have shown it, because basically when you just wind it around rather than going up over the top for it to hold, it turns into like a pair of pants without a belt, and it just keeps falling down. And this big guy, it's incredible, to be honest, long term, because the number of vines down here are shocking. Yeah, here, let me get, I'll get the iPhone on
get
that.
a close up. This piece is like magnificent.
I love this one. Stunning. And I wasn't sure, we just had this big, and this is probably a pretty classic, what you could build at home so easily, because I had just had this massively overgrown hanging pothos that I wasn't sure what to do. It was kind of lanky and stringy and a mess. So I slammed the whole thing into a big pot, and just drew some stakes in, and it took. You
bring up another point. This piece, which obviously is giant, it looks like it's, I don't know, what is it, a 10-gallon pot that it's in, is multiple strands. So for our demonstration, we used a single large strand, which looks beautiful, but I could easily add another strand and another strand. You know, you can really set this up to be full right out of the gate, or you can wait for it to fill in.
Funny enough, these probably all started from one plant, but.
I know, oh yes, all the strands are from one plant, I know.
That looks beautiful, man. See, you're getting.
I know, I really.
That's the best
This
one
is,
so
look
far.
at
Look at
the crotch. Well, you know
and
what,
when that fills in, it's gonna look sick.
It's a really beautiful vine too.
It is.
I mean, it's just gorgeous. Look at this leaf.
Cool.
Coming in. Oh my gosh.
All right, well, I think that's
it.
That's all we got. That's our big project for today, and we look forward to the next project with you guys. And
have an awesome day, everyone. Thanks so much for joining us.